For someone listening to this that's been on the fence, you and me telling someone that it doesn't have to be risky doesn't take the fear away. So I think let's talk about the fear. What keeps people from starting a business?
But that's actually the question we've been asking for a little over 8 years now, traveling around the world. We've run courses in France, New Zealand, Namibia, the United States of America. Everywhere we go, we ask the question, what stops you from starting up? And it normally comes down to 3 main things. Cash, based on the belief it takes money to make money. I need to get the money first. Confidence, which the reverse of confidence is fear. They're lacking confidence. They're afraid of the risks. And actually, we found those two are quite closely tied. Because if you're borrowing a lot of money to start up, you had better be really confident that your business is going to be successful. And then finally, what do I actually do? Because if you come from employment, you've had a boss and they tell you what to do. And it changes when you have to make it up. And that's equally the most exciting thing about entrepreneurship, is that you get to decide what to do each day. And the scariest, because you have to wake up in the morning and create this out of nothing every day. And for someone who's used to going to work, following the rules, that can be a challenging thing. That can be such a challenging thing. So going back to that standard life plan, and I talk about this all the time, you're taught to go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a degree, get a good job. And that's exactly what my mum wanted me to do. And it takes someone who wants to challenge the norms to be able to break away and do something like that. So when did you find your inner rebel to be able to challenge the norms and go, actually, I don't want to follow this path that's laid out for me? How did that happen?
Yeah. So this did happen. I'm glad you brought it back to that. And I'm still a coward. Like I would consider myself, I think you've used this term, I'm a chicken entrepreneur, right? Whereas you're like a burn the boats, go out and do it. And if it fails, we'll pivot and do something else. So what I did is I created my life where I already knew my numbers would work on default. My worst case scenario is that I just stay in my job and I grind it out. I grind it out for 10 or 15 years. But I'm not just capping myself there. Instead of looking for how I can pick up tons of overtime or tons of extra shifts or just go all in on that hand, because I wasn't happy. I wasn't really enjoying it. If I were loving it, maybe that's where I would have stayed, but I wasn't loving it. I was tolerating it. The extra time that I had.
Was that the spark? The tolerating it? Or was there something else that made you?
Yeah, I think it was like, this can't be all there is. Like I've done everything. I followed the playbook. I have the degree. I have the job that I spent the last 8 years pursuing, and it's meh. Have you ever felt, yeah, you look at the next week and you're like, I know what Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is going to involve, and it's meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get through it.